But the Rambam writes that a man has to honor his wife more than he even honors himself. He has to love her as much as he loves himself, and he has to honor her as much, even more than he honors himself. A woman, on the other hand, has to treat her husband like a king. What does that mean, like a king? Literally like a king. So a king comes into a room. Do you continue staying on the phone? Do you continue talking to your friend? No. A king comes, you stop whatever you're doing, you go and give the king attention. If you're on the phone with anybody, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Click. No explanation, talk for another 3 minutes. Honey, 1 second, I'll be right with you. No, you're not a secretary. You're his wife. So husband comes into the house, a woman has to go immediately give him attention. Immediately go to where he is. He's at the door, go to the door. Don't stay on the couch, sitting, like as if you're getting paid to warm it up. Get up, go welcome your husband. When your husband leaves, walk him out. When your husband comes home, make sure he has something to eat. Whether you cooked it or you ordered it, it doesn't really make much of a difference if he doesn't care. But you have to make sure he has something to eat. As far as intimacy, obviously, you can't be one of these wives that always has a headache. You always have a headache, stay single. Stay single or go to the hospital. Fix your headache. Many women, they don't want to be together with their wives, with their husbands. Why? They're, listen, I'm not in the mood. Not in the mood, stay single. Why? Because, again, part of the wife, the Gemara says, a good wife is not one that just cooks and cleans. It's not that. That doesn't make a Eshet Chai. Eshet Chai is a woman that raises the kids with Torah, lets the husband learn Torah, and is intimate with them when to keep him away from sin. If you are not together with your husband when he wants to be, you are the Rambam Paskins. You are Isha Moredet. You are a wayward wife. Now again, this doesn't mean that a woman is however, whenever. Obviously, there's a time and place for everything. If you make sure that your husband learns Torah, he's going to know that there's a time and place for everything. There's time and place for everything. But a woman that is a good woman follows her husband. If her husband wants to move to a different city because there's better business over there or his rabbi's over there, she follows. What about if our mother is over here? Doesn't make a difference. You go wherever your husband wants to go. Good women do not follow their parents. Good women follow their husband. Now again, assuming you've married a normal person. If you married a terrorist, then get divorced. But if you married a decent person that learns Torah, does mitzvot, and he says, listen, I want to move to Israel. A good woman says, okay, honey, we're going. When do you want to go? What about your mother? What about your sister? What about your father? What about your sick uncle? Write them letters. Call them once a week. Why? You're married. You're not married to them. You're married to your husband. Many times women think that they are responsible for their parents over their husband. Wrong. Your number one priority is to your husband. While you are home, single, your number one responsibility is your parents. The minute you get married, number one responsibility is your husband. More than your parents. More than your parents. Never tell anybody about your marriage problems unless that person can help you because he's an expert or she's an expert. Don't tell your friends about disagreements between you and your husband. Don't tell your parents about disagreements between you and your husband. Never. Never tell them anything. In fact, don't even tell them about good things. Tell them everything is good. Limit talking about the details of your life. Why? Because if you tell your friends that your husband just bought you a brand new diamond ring, you tell your friends that your husband buys you flowers every Friday, you tell your friends that your husband calls you once a day and tells you I love you. Sounds good, right? Terrible. Why? Your friends are going to want to marry your husband. That's what's going to happen. They're going to be jealous because their husband doesn't do the same thing. They're going to be jealous because they don't have a husband. And they're going to justify somehow stealing your husband. So do not tell people the good things. Needless to say, don't say the bad things. Why? Because telling people that you disagree with your husband about something is not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. They can't change your husband anyway. Their advice is biased anyway, because they only know you. And it's also from their position. They have no concept of who, what, when, and how to deal with your husband. So telling anybody about your disagreements with your husband is never going to help you. You know who used to tell you about your disagreements with your husband? Your husband. Talk to your husband. Communicate with him. And people that tell other people about their problems, usually what ends up happening is that those people end up hating their husband. Even after you've made up with him, even after he bought you 500 presents, even after he told you I'm sorry 67,000 times, they're still mad at him. 5 years have passed since he yelled at you somewhere. But they're still mad at him. You forgot about it, but your mom is still mad at him. Why? Oh, he yelled at my daughter. When did he yell at your daughter? Today? No. When did he yell? Yesterday? No. When did he yell? Oh, about 15 years ago. What? Why are you still mad? Because it could open happen again. I don't know what he does to my daughter. It's your fault. You're the daughter. It's your fault. Why'd you tell your mom? Many women think it's like a mitzvah to share their problems. Generally speaking, it's always a bad idea to talk about your life. Always a bad idea to talk about your life. Especially about things like that between you and your husband. Even more so, it's a horrible idea to talk about other people's lives. Why? It's lashon hara. Many times, for some reason or another, people think it's a mitzvah to talk about other people's problems. Oh, you hear what happened? I think they're getting divorced. Oh, you know what happened? He just lost a bunch of money. Oh, you know what happened? They just bought a house. Guess what? All three of those are lashon hara. All three of those are sentences in Gehinom. All three of them. You want to talk about something? Talk about Torah. Talk about mitzvot. Talk about Hasidim, Tzadikim, Kedoshim. Talk about that. Don't talk about other people. Don't talk about your friends. Don't talk about your other people. It's never a good idea to talk about other people. Women that talk about other people are for sure going to Gehinom. For sure. Why? It's lashon hara. Just the other day, woman came to me, told me, listen, I feel bad. Oh, why you feel bad? Because I told my friend that she should, do this thing. She should make up with this person that she has an altercation with. I told her, how do you know about this altercation? Did she ask you about what you think about this altercation? She goes, no. I actually, there's another person that knew about this altercation, and she told me about this altercation, and I decided to go tell this person. I said, okay, so one person stuck their nose where it doesn't belong, then they shared the lashon hara, and then you continued sharing the lashon hara, but not only shared the lashon hara, but you went to the source, literally to the most inappropriate place in the world. You don't feel bad enough. Why? You just made enough sins that it's going to be very, very painful unless you do TeShuva. Oh, really? I'm not allowed to do that? No. Do not talk about other people.